This week, email is dead.
Baby alligators.
And we get really excited about John Wick 2!
This is the front page! Welcome to the front page, show that brings you the top content of the week from the social news website, reddit.com. I'm Tyler Slayton.
I'm Samantha Garcia.
And you were telling me something before we started.
Yes. Yes. Fun fact about me.
Yeah.
Up until just 2 days ago, I had never seen the movie Scarface.
Right. Okay.
And then I watched it.
All right. Paint me a picture. Under what circumstances did this watching come
so
about?
what had happened was,
All right.
I was meeting a friend of mine at a bar.
Okay.
And so I get to the bar, and I order my beverage. And they've got like two TVs going on. At left side TV, I have no idea what was on. Right side TV, Scarface is happening.
Oh, okay. Oh, you watched this in a public setting.
Yes.
Okay.
But it wasn't on TV. It was like
All right.
on the DVD, Netflix,
Okay.
the movie, the
You
whole
started
movie.
from the beginning?
Ish.
All right.
But my friend was super late, like half an hour late. So I'm sitting in a bar by myself.
Was there sound on?
No, it was all subtitled.
What?
Yes. And so I'm sitting there, I'm just like, well, I have nothing else to do. I can either scroll on my phone, or I can watch this movie that I've never seen.
All right.
And I'm thinking, well, I've never taken the time to watch it. I can watch it now, because what else am I
Okay.
going to do?
Right.
And then my friend shows up, we chat for a little while, but so I'm sitting in a manner where the movie is sort of behind me. And so
Okay.
my friend, as we're talking, keeps like checking in with the movie. He's just like, oh, I love this scene. Oh, but I also love this scene. Oh, but I also
Alright.
love this scene. I was like, okay, now we're not even having a conversation. You are just watching the movie. So now I will just watch the movie.
Whoa,
And so then we sat in a bar and watched this movie together.
All right. That's cool. I just realized, so you watch it with no sound.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot judge Al Pacino's horrible Cuban accent.
I have no idea.
You don't know what any of, the iconic lines sound like.
Correct.
I did just think of something. His sister in the movie is from my hometown.
Really?
She's from Lombard, Illinois.
What? She was great.
She's great. She's great in The Abyss, and that's it, because she's been in 2 movies.
Oh, well, 2 really good movies.
Yeah. All right, so how do you, because I watched, an example of, something I saw way after, I watched Mean Girls, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I watched...
Well, you weren't, really the core demographic for that when it
No,
first
but that's
came
true,
out anyway.
but the reason, one of the reasons I didn't like it very much is I was in a post-meme society. So, all the things that people reference and, the we wear pink on whatever day and stuff, I was like, yeah, I know, it's just, that's just an annoying thing. So, were you, well, you didn't even hear him say hello to my little friend.
No,
just
I just read it on the screen. I was just like, aha, this.
But you had no idea what happened. You knew that line.
Yeah.
But you're like, I have no context for it.
I
don't
knew
know
it
what happens
involved
in
some
that.
sort of gunfire or whatever.
Yeah, I
so
guess.
at a certain point, I was just like, oh, the big gun battle is happening. I bet that's where this line comes from. And then it
Right.
happened, and I was just like, yay.
So you got to see, a comical amount of cocaine. That's
Oh, my
fun.
goodness.
There's a lot of cocaine in
Oh,
that
my
movie.
God. He just scoops it up with his hand. He just scoops it up and puts it on his face. And then later on, spoiler alert, just takes a little nap in it.
Yeah.
Just rubs it. And then I was just like, that seems wasteful.
I forgot what was I going to ask.
Did it involve cocaine?
Well, most things. I don't know.
Guns?
Well, that's cool.
Violence?
Would you get... I'm curious what star rating. I want to start... You need a review show where you just review movies that you've only seen at this particular bar. It has to be movies you've never seen before, and you have to watch them subtitled. Mm-hmm.
And then, so I'm sitting there waiting for my friend. This is very early in the movie, and the bartender comes over. It's just like, if this is too intense for you, I can switch it to a different movie. Because I was watching this when it was super dead. No one was in here yet. I was like, you mean 15 minutes ago? Not a lot has changed in the 10 minutes I've been here,
Also,
whatever.
you're at a bar.
Yeah.
You have a drink in front. You're not
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah.
It's not do you want me to put on some cartoons for you?
I was like, well, I mean... Then I felt like a jerk being like, hey, bartender,
I'll say
I don't own
this.
the TV at home. Put on the movie I want.
Very overrated movie.
Scarface?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it got that weird, early 2000s, every rapper, wanted to just live that. But, it's not that it's overrated. It just gets associated with other mob movies that are way better. It's mentioned in the same sentence as The Godfather and Goodfellas.
Other people at the bar who noticed Scarface was on were just like, oh, man, maybe I like the first Godfather better. But as soon as it goes Godfather,
Right.
Scarface, Godfather 2. And I'm like, okay, I've seen Godfather 1 and 2.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that's
sure.
that. It's like
this is sandwiched in between those two.
Well, I personally go like Goodfellas at the top. Then,
Sure.
Then like The Godfather's 1 or 2, depending on how I feel. And then, but then like Scarface is like way down. Like I don't understand how it, because it didn't come out in that era really. Like it came out probably at least 10 years after Godfather. So I don't understand why it's associated with like, just because it's like, it's not like we're lacking for mob movies. There's lots of mob movies.
Yeah.
I don't get, I guess I can get the like struggle, like started from the bottom, worked his way up, and then ultimately screwed everything up because of cocaine. But if you want that, just watch, spoilers, watch Goodfellas.
It had already been done and done better.
Well, I think, no, Goodfellas came out after.
Oh.
Goodfellas was 90.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I know, it feels really old because they do old really well. 'Cause
Wow.
they got all the doo-wop music and stuff in it.
I thought that was a much older film.
Yeah, what's really funny is like in most of those scenes, Joe Pesci in real life was like 40, obviously, but he's playing like a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only part of that movie that does not hold up. The rest is amazing.
Huh. Interesting.
But speaking of drugs,
Yes?
not as elegant a segue as I thought it was going to be.
You were really, like, we're so hyped about it.
I was like, oh my god, it relates. Yes, we can do this. But no, I just ham-fisted it right in there. But we can get to our first story.
Okay.
Which has to do with drugs.
Excellent.
Submitted to the subreddit, Today I Learned by Shiro O. Today I learned taking magic mushrooms can permanently change a person's personality. This is an article from livescience.com. Just one strong dose of a hallucinogenic mushrooms can alter a person's personality for more than a year and perhaps permanently, a new study finds.
How do they quantify altering a personality?
I will tell you.
Oh, thank you.
People given psilocybin, the compound in magic mushrooms that causes hallucinations and feelings of transcendence, demonstrate a more, quote, open personality after their experiences, and the effects can be persisted for up to at least 14 months. So, this is an actual study, so that means they first of all, got funding, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then got a bunch of drugs, and then got a bunch of people, and, like, monitored them for, like, a year.
Yeah.
I was sure gave them, like, a psych evaluation beforehand.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, and then longer afterwards. And I guess people were just more open. They were just like...
What does that mean?
It says specifically in this article about... openness is a psychological term referring to an appreciation of new experiences. People who are open tend to have broad imaginations and value emotion, art, and curiosity.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't realize openness was a actual, like...
A technical term.
a diagnosable term.
Yeah.
It does say, this personality warp is unusual, said study researcher Catherine McLean, because personalities rarely change after the age of 25 or 30. So this is like the first instance, like first study they've shown where something can affect someone's personality after 25 or 30, which I also didn't know.
Yeah.
I figure maybe personalities definitely change. Like they have
I would
to.
think so.
Well, like older people seem to have no, do they have a different disposition from when they were
Well, I don't know.
younger?
I didn't know them when they were younger.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I don't know that. You know what? I'm going to believe the
science?
the postdoctoral researcher from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. She says this is one of the first studies to show that you can actually change an adult personality. This is the weird part. The root changes seem to be not from the drug itself, but from the, and I'm reading this exactly, but from the mystical experiences that psilocybin often triggers. These profound transcendent feelings feel no less real to people because they're being chemically induced. So, a couple things there. One, probably shouldn't use mystical experiences in your research study. That seems a little...
It seems like a red flag.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, it's a published study. But then also, the cool thing is, like, it's not like... So the experiences aren't like when you daydream or when you dream. Like, your brain can't tell the difference when they're being chemically induced. So that's why the effect is so profound. So it's not necessarily the drug, it's the experiences the drug causes and you not being able to tell the difference. And that's what changes you long term. It says, many years later, people are saying that it was one of the most profound experiences of their life. And if you think about it in that context, it's not that surprising that the change would be permanent.
Mm-hmm. So when they were on the drugs, that were actually like having that experience,
right?
I am curious as to what that environment was.
Yeah, because I imagine there has to be a person there, like monitoring the whole thing. They maybe had to be in a facility for like safety reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't like. They probably didn't like be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go on a hike. It's gonna be amazing. It's probably had to be done in like a really unideal place, like a lab.
Well, I would argue that a lab might be a better place to have that happen, because there'd be a certain amount of like, nothing is coming after you. There are no snakes in this lab, sort of thing.
I guess, but no, because I think it would feel scarier because it's like, first of all, it's unfamiliar. Second of all, like is it unfamiliar?
Laboratory? One of these people have had to have been monitored for some amount of time beforehand to know what their personality was before, so they could have possibly been in this lab previously.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I guess what the point I'm trying to get is this openness is sort of, to me, being framed as a positive change in these people, and I wonder if they had a bad experience while on these drugs, if they would have had a more negative change in their personality.
Yeah, I did think about that when I was reading it. It does specifically say like it affects someone's personality in this one very specific way. Like there's no like, oh, people just become more open for like up to like 14 months or permanently. Which, is interesting that all the changes seem to go in one direction. Yeah. I don't know if that's like just a general average or if it's the only way it can affect you. Like maybe maybe if you have a bad experience, you're just like, oh, that was weird. But if you have a good experience, you're like, oh my God, I'm so into, what were those things? Art and curiosity and emotion.
I didn't care about art before, but now I do.
No, art is amazing. Have you tried mushrooms? It's amazing. I appreciate so much art now.
To the museum.
Right. It used to be able to just go to gallery openings and get messed up on free Cabernet.
Just all the wine and cheese. But now I'm looking at stuff, guys.
I'm all about the mushrooms. I don't know, but I think that's fascinating. But we can move on. We can move on to our next story. Ooh. We're going into a realm I don't think we've delved into before.
Oh, dear. This worries me.
We're going, I was going to say across the pond, but that makes it sound... We're going the other way. I'll just explain.
All right.
Submitted to the subreddit Funny by Ruzzy. From top to bottom, Japan is a weird place. You know what? I am remaining... A couple of Japanese story, but we're getting into a very specific realm of Japanese culture here. We're just going to watch this little...
Oh, dear.
Speaking of science experiments. So, we have some sort of...
All right.
And...
What?
Touchdown.
Why?
Why indeed? Well, first of all, they're all wearing lab coats, so they're scientists.
They're not just playing scientists on TV.
No. These are clearly men of science, who...
This is a serious experiment.
All right, let's do this.
Oh my goodness.
How can we scientific method this one? What is the hypothesis here? I believe that when the spinning top, who also, I don't know who that guy is. He a professional at whatever that he's doing is? Is that what that outfit means?
I don't understand why the top had to travel across the room.
Yeah, you think you could just kind of...
Because he's doing like a decorative juggling thing now.
No, he looks like
That's all for show.
He's dressed like someone from Karate Kid 2.
Yes. That's theater. That is theatrical.
Right. In this very scientific procedure.
The science does not require, unless it is about, well, maybe the top, maybe it is all about the distance across the room.
By the way, you should know that top, the part of that, I watched, if you've seen the video earlier, it has like, it's a drill bit.
What?
Yeah. It's,
why? Why?
I'm gonna just say 'cause Japan.
I think upsetting. No, it's not really upsetting. But who is that guy? That poor guy who's just like, you know what? I will take one for science.
He's a master of his craft, and
It shows dedication to the educational properties happening here.
That's my favorite. It's just the
He
look
knows.
Just the
He knows it's gonna be awful.
Just the,
Oh my god.
why did I go into communications? Like, what a waste.
My first love was marketing. Oh my goodness.
Also very conservative for a Japanese television show with the graphics on screen. It's just that one thing. Usually it's like there'd be some guy down in the corner and then like some flashing graphics and then little kitties like commenting on it. Like,
but this is science.
no, this is very serious. This aired on like whatever their equivalent of PBS is, I'm sure. So in conclusion, also by the way, did you notice the pun?
Which one?
From top to bottom.
Oh.
Isn't it? That's so. I guarantee you, this is tame by Japanese television standards. This got upvoted because of that pun. I guarantee it. So good on Ruzzy.
Oh my goodness.
For bringing this into our world. I don't think we need to say don't try this at home. But definitely don't try this anyone. Don't try it at someone else's home. Don't try it if you have access to some sort of laboratory. Maybe just take some magic mushrooms instead.
This experiment has already been done. Whatever they're trying to prove.
This is also published in some sort of medical journal.
Mm-hmm.
So we know we're done. All right, well.
That's, oh my goodness.
From top to bottom.
Oh my god.
All right. Next story. Unfortunately, this is a sad story.
Okay. I'm prepared.
This is submitted to the subreddit Technology by C Stump. Inventor of email and savior of the @ Ray Tomlinson has died at age 74.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bummer. That's a picture of him right there. Looks like a pleasant enough guy. Mm-hmm. It says the inventor of email, Ray Tomlinson, suffered an apparent heart attack on Saturday, according to reports. He was 74 years old. Tomlinson sent the very first email back in, can you guess?
Oh. 82.
1971.
What?
Right.
What?
He said at the time he was working in Boston at Bolt, Baranek and Newman, which is a sexy name for a company. Mm-hmm. A company that was instrumental in developing a very early version of the internet called ARPANET.
ARPANET?
ARPANET.
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 Okay.
Others had thought about sending messages to other users before, and there were some early versions that let you send... This is so lame. There's early versions that let you share notes to users on the same computer.
What? Well, there weren't as many computers around. Not everybody had their own.
You know what there were a lot of, though?
What's
Notepads.
That? That's not what they were trying to do.
What the... I mean, I get that they have to start somewhere, but it's just like, who was like... that guy got fired. The guy was like, I have a way to send messages to the same computer. Can I? No? All right, I'll just clear out my desk.
I will not leave a message in this desk for the next person to come along, because that would be crazy.
But it says here that that Ray came up with a send message command, which, unlike what came before it, send message actually sent mail files to a recipient's computer. It was the first network messaging program.
Wow.
This is a fascinating story behind the @ symbol. He also decided to use the @ symbol to designate a user from its host, which also is interesting because it's kind of the opposite with Twitter now. Mm-hmm. Because it's user @ host, but now it's just @ user, which is weird.
Yeah.
The decision lifted the humble symbol from obscurity to an international icon, which that's some colorful language right there. The fact that it was a little used at the time made it appealing to Tomlinson, as it reduced ambiguity. Also, he liked to say that it's the only preposition on the keyboard, which is nice. I like a good English joke. But yeah, this is pretty sad because, I mean, when you think about it, like, I dare say no one else has affected human communication more than this guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything we have now that's like text message, Facebook message, that whole thing, like that all stems from email.
Yeah.
And honestly, like before, like this is up there. Like it's like printing press.
Mm-hmm.
As far
The
as like
telephone.
telephone, like as far as like human communication goes, like this is right up there.
It's huge.
And that's a real shame. I mean, 74 is that's not that old, man. That's
honestly, if you had told me before, like, do you think the inventor of email is still alive? I would have been like, no way. But no, like,
why would you say no way?
I don't know.
You thought email started in 82.
Yes.
He would have been.
And I clearly thought that this person died in the late 90s. So
because he got into heroin after he got all that email money.
Yep.
Like, do you know who I am? Like driving his Ferrari down.
Really, I think it was because I didn't think it was just like one individual invented email. Like I wouldn't think one guy. I guess I thought it was like some sort of like company was like a team of people came up with email.
Well, one dude sort of basically invented like Facebook.
Mm-hmm. That guy's still alive, right?
He's very much alive.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. He just had a child.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty sad.
It is.
And
he died from a heart attack?
It was a heart attack, yeah. 74. Like,
so it wasn't like he was sick for a long time.
No, it wasn't. No, because like, yeah, I know. Every story this year is just like, oh, cancer again, cancer. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Yeah, cancer's killing everyone we love. Mm-hmm. No, just a heart attack apparently. Yeah, real sad, but you know, hell, I used his invention today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as of like a couple hours ago, I used his invention. So his legacy will definitely live on, which is one good thing we can get out of here. All right. Next story. Oh boy. Submitted to the subreddit Pics by. Are you ready? Because you're not ready.
I'm not.
By I Fart Like a Clown.
What?
Yep.
Why? I have more questions than answers.
Yeah. No. I Fart Like a Clown. If you see this, just comment. Just why? He's like,
what
I don't know, all the good ones.
Why?
Actually,
what does that mean?
That made me think of there's an old Saturday Night Live sketch with Will Ferrell where it's a commercial for like a life insurance company. It's all very serious and it's like, oh, you know, like I just want to make sure my kids grow up and like they're protected and but the conceit is that like all the websites have been taken and so this insurance company's website is clownpenis.fart. So that's where you go to get like this like quality health insurance. All right, anyway, or life insurance, whatever it was. But it submitted a picture and it says, "This vending machine hasn't been updated in 17 years."
Ha.
Again, more questions. I want to know: is this in America?
Mm-hmm. I would say probably not.
I'm sure. Like, I don't know. I could be dying of thirst.
That's terrifying. Were these ever in America?
Oh, do you remember when episode 1 came out?
Sure,
like,
but
was everywhere.
That guy, alien guy, is real creepy looking. He is a velociraptor with goggles.
Yeah, you know, remember he's like
the kid looks fine, but that is not. He's
the bad guy.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. But I don't even remember that character's name. Do you? See?
It's not Sebulba. Sebulba's the other guy.
Important enough to be on a vending machine.
No, that's for sure. And also, like, I can tell you this. Today, like, this could be in the middle of the desert. This could be an oasis. I could be dying. And I'm like, oh my god, a Pepsi machine. But then I would see Jake Lloyd's face and be like, oh, forget it.
That's what would throw you?
Yeah, do you not have the hatred of...
He was a child. I blame him for nothing.
He was still, like, even as a child, he was a shitty kid. Like, he was just a shitty kid.
Okay.
All right. He was getting no help from George Lucas. Like, it didn't help that he was given this horrible dialogue, and he was a very untrained actor, and he had a director that clearly didn't, or was just being told by everyone, like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. But yeah, he's terrible. I did also forget that Pepsi was the tie-in. Because you always get that, like, you always get whenever there's a movie tie-in, it's always, like, one thing. It's like whoever gets it first. Like, there's, like, famously, M&M's turned down being in E.T. So they went with Reese's Pieces, and Reese's Pieces sales went through the roof. What else? Domino's was the pizza in Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
I'm trying to think if there's any good ones. I'm sure there's plenty now, because, like, there's advertising in every single movie. Like, it's...
They're in everything.
When I saw... the second Avengers, and there's a scene where it's, I forget, it's Black Widow and I think Bruce Banner talking, and you see them through the door of a bathroom, and just clear as day, there's a can of Gillette. And I'm just like, I can't not see, like, I get it. I get that needs to happen, sort of, but it's just like, I can't not see that.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Pepsi, this is a weird thing. In the movie, I remember hearing about, did you ever see World War Z?
Yes.
Okay, I remember hearing about, there's a really terrible product placement thing right at the end. At the end scene, he grabs a soda, and it's a Pepsi from a machine.
Okay.
And it's this...
Like Brad Pitt does that?
It's like a commercial at the very end of the movie, because he literally, like, walks up, and it's a static shot for, like, 30 seconds, and he grabs a Pepsi out of a machine, pops it open, and drinks a bunch. And then it's kind of like, ah. And then the movie keeps going.
You know, I think I was probably too horrified by the rest of the shitty film to have noticed that one terrible scene.
I didn't mind that movie that much.
Really?
I didn't.
We have very different tastes in films.
I'm not like, oh my god, it was amazing, but I was fine with it. It had cool sequences.
Sure.
And I could watch Brad Pitt for 90 minutes. Also, it's got Peter Capaldi in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's just, so much of it didn't make any sense to me.
As long as I'm just spouting off, like, autistic movie knowledge.
Do it.
Do you know what Peter Capaldi's credit is in World War Z?
Doctor Who?
No, it's Who Doctor.
He's the World Health
Organization Doctor. That's so much fun. I like Doctor Who.
As do I.
Oh, we've never talked about Doctor Who. Do we have time?
Do we? We could do it after. That doesn't have to be on camera.
That's true.
We can just have conversation
Real
like people.
quick, favorite Doctor.
Oh, it's got to be 9.
What?
Yeah.
Eccleston is your favorite?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's like my favorite Beatle is a Ringo. Like, you're in a minority.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Yours?
Tenet. Tenet's the best.
Everybody loves Tenet. God.
Yeah, because it's Tenet.
Yeah. He's all right. No, he's great. Don't get me wrong.
Also, Christopher Eccleston is like, it's like Tenet turned him into the poor man's Tenet because he's like, I'm going to do Doctor Who, and I'm going to do it better than you. I'm going to be a Marvel villain. I'm going to do it better than you. If they ever remake Gone in 60 Seconds, I'm going to play that bad guy, and I'm going to do it better than you. I can't believe that. I don't believe it's on purpose because Tenet doesn't seem like a dick, but I almost want it to be because that's some cold business.
Shit.
Right. Okay, we can move on. We've gone way off.
You're right. This vending machine is awful and should be removed from wherever it is.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really like that. This is my nightmare fuel story, isn't it? Right? Because that image is disturbing.
I wonder if the price is still like 1999 prices for her. It's like 75 cents.
I should hope so.
All right. Anyway. Next story, considerably less fun. Started the subreddit World News by Guess I'm Stuck With This, which I feel would be like an appropriate username for I Fart Like a Clown.
Yeah.
China bans depictions of gay people, adultery, one-night stands, cleavage, and reincarnation on television.
What?
Yes, I realize that's one of those.
That's so many
one
things.
Of these things is not like the other. The Chinese government has banned all depictions of gay people on television as a part of a cultural crackdown on, this is a quote, vulgar, immoral, and unhealthy content.
Oh my goodness.
Chinese censors have released new regulations for content that, this is another quote, exaggerates the dark side of society. And now deem homosexuality, extramarital affairs, one-night stands, and underage relationships as illegal on screen.
Wow.
Yeah. And what's weird is it doesn't just extend to television, because last week the Chinese government pulled a popular drama called Addicted from being streamed on Chinese websites. So this is like, it's on like Chinese Netflix, and they're like, nope, take it down. Because the show Addicted follows two gay men in a relationship, and it caused an uproar. I guess it gets millions of viewers, and they were like,
can't have that.
This is my jam. What are you doing, government?
Did they let the series air all of its episodes, or did they pull it like in the middle, and then people were like, what happened to them? What's gonna happen?
Does it seem like they're rationally thinking people? They're just like, well, I mean, we got to let them get like a whole story.
We got to let them really get the closure that they're gonna need. I mean, if you're gonna tell people these are not stories you get to have anymore, they should be able to finish those stories.
I hope they get released in some sort of, well, unless they like film them with a quick turnaround. Like
Right?
this has got to be somewhere. So I don't. Hopefully it gets out. But it says this is what's weird. The ban also extends to smoking, drinking, adultery, sexually suggestive clothing. So like the four cornerstones of Mad Men, and even reincarnation.
Why?
I know that's the one where you're just like
Reincarnation?
I don't know why that's the one I'm questioning so much, but I'm just like
Ghosts? Fine. Reincarnation? Not okay.
yeah, I'm like well, like can they no stories about like people coming back, like can't show Lord of the Rings there, can't show I don't know, like Supernatural, people come back to life on that all the time.
I feel like there are other things to dislike that, I mean, which is not to say that I dislike Lord of the Rings or Supernatural, but like, if you're trying to cull out those, you'd be like, also we don't like wizards and elves
yeah, right.
and vampires
It's
or
a weird
whatever.
thing.
Like,
it's sort of like the 50s, the comics code where they started banning all that stuff. Like they had weird workarounds for there's a character called Mobius the Living Vampire.
okay.
And the reason he's Mobius the Living Vampire is because you couldn't have undead characters in comic books. So they're like, well, it's not undead. He's the living vampire. Bam. Workaround. So yeah, I don't know. This is real dumb. But this sort of becomes clear when you read this next part.
Okay.
And it's real sad. The new regulations have angered gay activists in China who have fought for 2 decades to overcome the substantial stigma in their country against homosexuality. It was only decriminalized in 1997 and was only taken off the official list of mental illness in 2001. So, like the last story, back when they put on the front of that vending machine,
Yes.
it was still considered mental illness in China to be gay.
God.
So, I mean, you kind of look like there's parts of this country that I think are very archaic, the South. But I'm just like, whoa, there's a whole country with 1 billion people in it that are just like,
Yeah.
like, oh, we can't show cleavage on TV, we can't show gay people, and it's real bad. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if this extends to cinema, because I mean, I'm not familiar with Chinese television that much, but I do know a lot about, or I've seen plenty of Chinese movies.
Yeah.
And I think they've depicted stuff that would not be allowed in here.
How do they feel about violence? Is there anything in there banning violence?
Oh no, I feel like this is the same as the Western world, where it's just like violence is okay, but
violence is fine.
God
Stabbing
forbid a
people,
kid see
totally
a boob.
cool. But sex, that's no good.
We gotta
Children
protect.
can't learn
It's
about
for
that.
the children,
Right,
Samantha.
yeah.
It's for the children.
Yeah.
Which we can now have 2 of. Yeah, we're like, I just realized, like, why are we surprised at this? Like, it's the country that just allowed people to have 2 kids. All right, well.
It's real disappointing.
Yeah, that's real sad. And China, stop it.
Yeah.
All right. We can move on.
Okay.
We were just bouncing all over the... Is the Orient okay to say? The Orient as a place is fine, yes? No?
Well,
No,
please continue.
All right.
Let's see.
All right. I realize as an adjective, it's no good. But I think as a noun, it's fine. Yes.
It's not a phrase it's not a term that I hear very often.
All right. Well,
anymore. So
submitted the subreddit travel by Masonary PP. Just the letters PP.
Did you really? I mean,
could be
I feel
initials.
like
I don't know.
These usernames are just like, this is going to be hilarious.
I wasn't even searching for the top stories. I'm just like boobies, farts, wee-wees. Like, it says here, I got a room for $25 and was the only one here.
What?
Yeah, right?
Where is this magical place?
This is in Ao Nang, Thailand.
Oh. I feel like I've seen a lot of articles recently that are just like, hey, world travelers, you should be going to Thailand.
Yeah.
It's real cheap there. And part of me is just like, ooh, that looks real pretty. And other part of me is like, yeah. I feel like there's a horror movie in there somewhere.
Oh, no, Thailand's supposed to be like super safe.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, and also it's one of those like, I'm weird, like when I travel, like one of the first things I look at is food.
Oh yeah.
And this is up there on one of those like food places I want to go to. But this is just.
So are you gonna find this resort and go there?
It's $25. Like what? Like you factor in like the plane ticket. Like that seems like a pretty cheap vacation.
Mm-hmm. Does this person explain why no one else was there?
Maybe in the comments, but we've established I don't do research for this.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, I'm sure it's just like weird tourism thing. Like
just an off week. What are you gonna do?
I don't think it's an off week, but yeah, I'm sure like everywhere is going through like an economic lull, so
sure.
I imagine tourism is down. But yeah, I feel like there's a guy cleaning the pool there.
Mm-hmm. People still gotta go to work.
How's he getting paid? There's one customer
for that night. This is what I'm saying. What if the very next week it's just like, boom, everybody?
Listen, I'm saying like, if I'm gonna call him Bill.
Okay.
I'm sure that's not his name.
Crazy Americans, you can call me Bill.
Right. If like I'm only getting one customer that night, I'm just like, hey Bill, we don't need the pool cleaned. It's fine. You can stay home. We'll see you on Monday. Like, but I don't know. But that's pretty magical right there.
It's a great picture.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your thriftiness, masonry pee-pee. And I'm jealous of your what seemed like a great vacation. Mm-hmm. I think you need shots to go to Thailand. It's the only thing.
That sounds right.
Probably
you say that like it's bad, like, oh, can't go, gotta get shots.
No.
Not doing it.
Well, I also don't like shots.
Oh, well, that's...
I'm a big baby when it comes to needles. I have to like warn the doctor, like, just so you know, I'm gonna be whiny.
I'm gonna need a lollipop at the end of this.
Yeah, because I just told you I got a tetanus booster. Mm-hmm. No lolly.
That's.
Bernie Sanders is right. The medical system in this country is fucked.
Garbage.
I did not get a lolly. See, we got political. We said earlier. We said we never get
totally
political. Tyler just got political. Like hashtag lollipops for everyone. All right. We can move on to the next story. It's a quick one. Submitted to the subreddit. By Excited One. Out for a family walk. Look at it. A few things.
Okay.
Yes, alligators.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume Florida. Maybe Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get out of your car. Really. I mean, in the middle of the road for sure. Ever. But when there's wildlife around, especially wildlife that's essentially a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Just stay in your car.
Just leave it alone.
I don't think it can. Well, we did show that video. I think this is going back to episode 1, where an alligator destroyed a car, but it didn't destroy the person in the car. So.
I mean, this looks. Even the big one looks pretty small.
Oh yeah, and I didn't even think of this. Maybe just don't mess with a mother protecting her babies.
Yes.
Ever.
No.
And like
at
that
no
goes
time.
Across species.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a general rule for survival in life.
They are adorable though.
Yes. And now I'm doing research. I want to see.
Hope they make it across the street to whatever is swampland that they need to be in.
I was trying to see what the gas price was. I'm an old person.
How old is this photo? Where can I find this gas?
But yeah, that was it. That one down there's real tiny.
Oh.
I touched a baby alligator once.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I was on some like, why? Because it was there. Because I had an opportunity. Like,
alligator.
That's why I touched one. No, I was in Florida. I was on one of those like swamp tour thingies,
oh, sure.
and the guy has a baby alligator, and I got to pet it. And it's cool. It's cute.
Yeah.
Like,
most animals are cute when they're tiny.
I know it's weird. Like I would go. I've been to like the aquarium or the zoo, and I'll see an animal that I've like never seen before. Like I have no context for it. But the smallest one is always the cutest.
Yep.
Like, and it could be that the smallest one is actually average size, and like there are smaller ones than that. But it's just like, oh no, you win because I'll kill you last because you're the smallest. I don't want to kill, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like I would resist the urge to
right.
kill you the most.
Right. I would rather go after the thing that's much larger and much more difficult to kill.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good defense mechanism.
That's why they're so cute.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We can move on.
Okay.
Baby alligators are cute. We did it, guys. All right. Next story submitted to the subreddit News by Lord Tuts. Students petition for South Carolina teacher who was fired after student stole nude photos from her phone.
What?
All right.
That is a confusing headline.
I know. Well, especially because the story doesn't seem to quite match up, now that I think of it. Hundreds of students at Union County High School have signed a petition pushing to get their teacher back after a sexy picture taken from the teacher's cell phone was shared, leading to her resignation.
Okay.
Teacher Leanne Arthur said that she left her phone on her desk Monday while she was patrolling the hallways during a class change. A 16-year-old boy took her phone and with his own phone took a picture of an image on Arthur's phone of her in a sexy pose. Arthur said that she took the picture to send to her husband on Valentine's Day. So that's one thing. Like, it says, I think this title might be a little misleading because it says nude in the title, but it says sexy photos in this article very specifically.
I mean, what you just read did not mention nudity.
Right. It said the boy shared the picture through text message and social media.
Jerk.
He's a little shit. And according to Union County School District Interim Superintendent David Eubanks, Eubanks said that Arthur was in the wrong because her phone was unlocked and she made the inappropriate picture available to students.
What?
Yeah. David Eubanks is an asshole. It says he's interim superintendent. I feel like if the news is talking to your school, you don't send the interim superintendent. There's got to be someone else.
Yeah.
Like the permanent principal or whatever's above the Super Nintendo. I don't know. But yeah, this guy sucks. Arthur said she feels that the student should be held responsible for his actions, 'cause of course.
Yeah. Well, with him doing all the stealing. So.
Yeah, and the violation of privacy and all that stuff. Students started an online petition that says Leanne Arthur is the victim of a blatant attack on her privacy. Personal photos were illegally obtained by a student and were sent to other students in the school. The student responsible has not received any sort of punishment.
What? What?
Right. The circumstances in which Miss Arthur are let go are unacceptable and must be corrected. We strongly urge you to sign the petition. As of 10 a.m. Wednesday, this is last week, the petition had nearly 1,200 signatures. By Friday, it had more than 11,000.
Yay!
There is an update to this. I think this came out yesterday. The student has been charged with computer crimes and aggravated voyeurism, which I didn't know was a crime, but I'm glad I hope they make it stick. Arthur said she isn't sure if she would take her job back if offered. So, yeah, this is pretty. They went pretty backwards on this.
Yeah,
it's just like someone stole something and they went. It's literally victim blaming.
Yeah.
Like it's victim like it's like
this person hurt you, and so we're going to hurt you some more.
Right, yes. It's like how dare
That's
you?
Your fault.
How dare you as an adult woman have a healthy sexual relationship in this modern age of technology?
Yeah.
Shame on you. Yeah, and this little kid who we don't have his name because he's 16, but he sucks.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I thought of while I was reading this. Do you think is this kid hated or is this teacher just really loved? Because I know if this situation happened when I was in high school. Now I went to high school in a very different era than this. But
in the Stone Age when we were children.
Oh, back in my day, do you remember do you realize that there was a time hey kids, hey millennials. There was a time when cell phones weren't allowed in school. You got them taken away. If you were messing around with them, you got your cell phone taken away if anyone saw it.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure that's very different.
And those people were ballers because they even had a cell phone.
Yeah, one of them cell phones?
Yeah.
You can anyone can call you anywhere. Mm-hmm. It's yeah, as long as I don't roam outside of my data. So
it was a different time.
Yeah, it was weird. But all right, if this sort of situation happened, I feel like the kids in my school would still stand behind the student.
Oh, yeah.
Just in a sort of screw authority way, unless the teacher was well liked.
Yeah. I think the teacher must be at least a little well liked.
Sure. Or you know what? Let's do a positive spin. Or these kids in South Carolina, which, remember how I made fun of the South about 10 minutes ago?
Yep.
Are just very smart and progressive and can recognize injustice when it's in the building they go to school.
Yeah.
It is also a technology high school, so probably a bunch of smart kids too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We stand by Leanne Arthur.
I also feel like if this had happened back in our day, the people in charge would have been more behind the teacher. There would have been a certain amount of like, kids are always wrong.
You know? Yeah, but back in our day, there was definitely...
I mean, number one, those photos would not be in the school to begin with. It would be like, this kid found these photos somewhere, like buried in the woods somewhere.
Right. No, because, yeah, well, also back in our day, like, having naked pictures of yourself was definitely way less common and way more taboo than it is now. But yeah,
which is why I feel like it would have been like more brushed under the rug, more you stay here, this child doesn't go to school here anymore.
Yeah, I guess the whole thing doesn't translate to when we were in high school.
I don't think it works.
Because like no one had a camera phone.
Yeah.
And so that would mean you'd have to like bring Polaroids to school and
I don't think that happened a lot. I don't think teachers did that a lot.
No. I did have a teacher that was in Playboy once.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. While she was teaching? I assume this was a woman.
This was a woman. No, it was like in the 70s or 80s or something.
Oh.
She was in Playboy. And it's like she's just a teacher now.
Yeah.
So, that's it. That's as interesting as that story gets.
That's as interesting as it needs to be.
There was a teacher that wasn't Playboy.
That is exactly how it should be. Like, I did this thing when I was young. Now I do this thing.
Well, she didn't say that. Like,
no, I know. She would, but
yeah, it's like a thing where we all reacted like, whoa, isn't that crazy? Which, when really, like, if I heard that now, I'd be like, what? Tell me everything. Do you want to be on my internet show? You want to be a guest?
Can we get a hold of her now?
Yeah. I don't know. What was her name? I don't know. She taught Spanish. All right, we can move on. I was in junior high. I said we were moving on, and we didn't. All right. Next story submitted to the subreddit videos by Uncle Bimbo.
Again with these names.
I know, people killing it with the usernames
goodness.
this week. This is probably our best week of usernames, or worst. It just says, Keanu Reeves is a monster.
What?
No, not monster in a bad way. Like, all right, I read it wrong. Keanu Reeves is a monster.
Oh, better. Okay.
All right. Watch this.
Stand by.
There we go. This is a live fire exercise. And yes, that is Hollywood actor Keanu Reeves. Star of such films as The Glass House and
The Lake House.
Is it The Lake House? It's The Lake House, yes.
The Glass Houses, I think, is the film.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. I am speechless.
I know. I like how we've run out of commentary. Like,
what the what?
Well, he can do that in IRL. He can do that in real life. Yeah, I can just kill the sound of that.
Is
just
he?
Keep watching.
Why is this video a thing?
He is training for John Wick 2.
Ooh.
Which gives us an opportunity. Have you seen John Wick?
I love John Wick.
It's so good.
Oh my god, so good.
We don't have much time left in this episode, so finish watching this. But then, if you have access, go buy the Blu-ray. Go watch.
If you have not watched it already,
it is.
You must watch this film.
It is such a perfect action movie, and it is paced perfectly, and like
it's beautiful.
The simplest story, and you will see some of the best action you've ever seen.
It's so good.
Go watch it as soon as this is done. We're giving you homework. But yeah, they're making a sequel, which, if it were a movie that were like even slightly less good, I'd be like, why sequel to that?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really need it. Doesn't like nothing in that movie justifies a sequel. But it's a John Wick.
Yeah.
So as long as it could just be...
One of the things I liked about that movie so much is that it ties up so many loose ends.
Yeah. No.
Like, it just, boom.
It is a tight story.
Complete,
I think it's
isolated story.
I think it's only like 100 minutes long.
Yeah. That being said, there are many characters that I would like to learn more about. So as long as those characters are brought up again, I'm curious. I want to see how those relationships continue.
What characters don't
Number
die?
one survived. Number two, John Leguizamo's character. I want to see more with him.
All right.
He was fun. And then the guy at the hotel, the front desk clerk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I liked him. The doctor at the hotel, liked him a lot.
What about Kevin Nash?
Which one was he?
Kevin Nash is the guy that he's outside. Spoilers, I guess. He's outside.
First, guys, go watch the film, then come watch the last 2 minutes.
I
of
lied.
this.
We'll come back and we can discuss this whole movie.
Yep.
Where he's outside the hotel and he holds the gun to his head and he's like,
Oh,
he's like,
yes.
I like you, so I'm gonna let you live.
Yes.
That's wrestler Kevin Nash.
Ooh. Yep, but stuff like that. Like, there's this whole like backstory there that we never see, never hear.
But I don't know. I don't think I
which
want...
is great. Which is great.
I think I would just want different stuff because that stuff is so like it leaves you wanting, like it gives you just enough. It's just enough of every character in there.
Yeah, no, I don't want this. I don't want the sequel to be a prequel. Like, I don't want to hear what he was like before. But I would like to see how he continues to interact with these people going forward.
They could literally just like, oh, we're just remaking John Wick. We're just doing it again. Just, one more time. We're just going back around. More close-up headshots.
I'm gonna keep talking about John Wick because I love this movie. the woman.
Welcome to the front page, John Wick.
What's her name? Penny, whatever. The lady assassin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wanted more from her too. Like,
we're not gonna get that.
I know. But I liked her a lot, and then I was just like, "What? That's it? That's it? I'm gonna need more lady assassins in the sequel.
You gotta just leave them wanting a little bit more.
I want more lady assassins.
Also, have fun making it through the first 10 minutes. Rose, you gotta get through that first 10 minutes, and then it's gonna be okay. That we can't spoil.
If they don't know already what happened to okay, you're right. All right.
I'll just say this: it all gets justified. All right.
I am stoked for the sequel. I am stoked about the first one. Can't come soon enough.
I'm so excited. All right, we can move on. Last story of the day.
Do we have to? I could just keep talking about John Wick. Okay, no, we won't.
I kind of want to, but no, we can't.
Okay.
Well,
No.
We'll talk after.
All right. This is the only time we talk.
We're talking the way out.
It's cold outside. I'm going home. Bye.
It's actually very nice out. Regional. All right. Last story. Submitted to the subreddit. Another Today I Learned. Submitted by Scars and Cigars. That's the least exciting of all the ones we've had so far. But
it's like a
there's
cherry
no potty
on
humor.
top of the silly Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Today I learned when Southwest began using the motto "Just Plain Smart," plain spelled Plane, Stevens Aviation, which had been using "Plain Smart," advised of its infringing on its trademark. It says here in March 1992, shortly after Southwest starting using the "Just Plain Smart" motto, Stevens Aviation, which had been using "Plain Smart" for its motto, advised Southwest that it was infringing on its trademark. That was basically the headline I just read.
Yep.
We can cut that out.
Glad I got to hear it again.
Yep. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of a lawsuit, I can switch the story, which is just Wikipedia. Instead of a lawsuit, the CEOs for both companies staged an arm wrestling match.
Seriously?
Yes. It was held at the now demolished Dallas Sportatorium, the famed wrestling facility, because I always try and sneak wrestling stuff in wherever I can. And set for 2 out of 3 rounds. The loser of each round was to pay $5,000 to the charity of his choice, with the winner gaining use of the trademark phrase.
Wow.
It's interesting it says $5,000 to the loser donates $5,000 to a charity of his choice. It should be the winner's choice, no?
Well, the winner gets to have the phrase, so...
Yeah, but I feel like as the winner, it should, like, if, like, my choice is, like, charity water, I should be able to go, like, you gotta pay $5,000 to charity water, because I just... That's over the top to you. So, CEO Herb Keller lost the match for Southwest, with Stevens Aviation winning the right to the phrase. Kurt Herwald, CEO of Stevens Aviations, immediately granted the use of Just Plain Smart to Southwest. The net result was both companies got to use the trademark, and $15,000 went to the charity, and a bunch of good publicity for both companies.
Yay!
So yay! It's a fluff piece that we just did.
That's nice.
I also didn't realize Southwest has been around since '92.
Had no idea.
That's a long time.
Just shortly after email was created.
To be the Walmart of the skies.
They've done very well for themselves.
They have done well, not unlike Walmart.
Yep.
So my favorite part in John Wick is... No, we're done. Thank you so much for watching. I should have picked a better story at the end there, but
No, that was very nice. It was nice, light, palate cleansing.
yeah,
I'm ready to go back out into the world.
could add a little more meat into it. It was a wafer thin story. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram, even though we don't use it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tyler Slayton.
I'm Samantha Garcia.
We will see you next time on the front page.